All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Friday evening, and it's finally time to do like a 6-month overview of my Breitling Super Ocean II. I bought this watch back at the end of June of 2018, so it's been pretty much right at 6 months, and it's been a really nice watch. I mean, I really enjoy it. The watch is really impressive. It's been running really, really well. I wouldn't call it an exit watch. It's so funny. I watch so many videos of people talking about an exit watch or that last watch they're going to buy. And I don't know. I'm a watch junkie, guys, so I don't know if there's ever going to be that last watch for me. But this was one of my small grail watches that had been on my list and my watch list for a while, and I finally went ahead and picked it up. I can't be more happy with this watch. Now, this is the 42mm version. If you're not familiar, they make these watches in 36, 42, and 44mm versions. The 36 is a 200-meter water-resistant watch. The 42, this model here, is a 500-meter water-resistant watch, and the 44 is a 1,000-meter water-resistant watch. All certified chronometers. And all certified diving watches, obviously, from Breitling. So these were introduced, I think, in 2015 at Baselworld. So they've been around for a few years. Great watches. They offer this in the black and also a blue. I'll leave links down below. Amazon is actually carrying these watches, and they have them on the Bracelet at a really, really good price. And that's one of the things I've kind of, looking back, I do wish that I had purchased the watch on the Bracelet, not just on the rubber strap, because the Bracelet, amazingly right now, trying to find a Bracelet used, you know, the lowest you can find one out is about $650 for a used one, and they're up to over $1,000 for a brand new one. So that's a lot of money for a Bracelet. I mean, even these rubber straps here are going to set you $250 to $300. So they're not inexpensive either, but I think if you were to, you know, have bought the watch on the Bracelet, you could probably get away with a NATO strap or some other kind of rubber strap on the watch for a while. You know, so I would always suggest, if you can, pick it up on the Bracelet, because I think it's a better deal. So, you know, as far as the comfort goes, the watch for me is, and forgive me guys, I got an Air National Guard base not too far from the house, and they're running drills this weekend. They have been quite a bit lately. So just if you hear the jet noise, that's what that is. But, you know, the 42mm watch wears great for me. There's a 42mm case from side to side. It comes in just over 50mm at 50.2, which is a really good size. It's not too long. You're coming in right about 13mm of thickness, right about 13.5. And this watch has a 20mm lug opening on it. So great watch. Now, this model, this is running the B17 movement. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the B17 movement, it is a based on an ETA movement, the 2824. But just to kind of clarify, a lot of people will just say that, flippantly say that, but if you're not familiar with Breitling and how they work their movements, and to be honest with you, not a lot of people are, because they're fairly secretive about it, but the movements they put in these are actually kit movements, the Bosch-style movements they get from ETA, and they're basically, it's just like an engine kit. It'd be like if you bought a, you know, a small block Chevy kit for your car, and you were using parts from Roush versus, that's Ford, but you know what I'm saying? You're using the best parts, and Breitling will get these kits for a 2824, which is a parts kit, and they don't even have a barrel in them. They get their own barrels for them. They source their own parts from them. They source their own mainspring. They do their own custom work to the mainspring as far as the way they bend it to put it, to hook it into the movement of the watch. So there's a lot of really interesting things they do to it. So it's not just a basic 2824 that they drop into this watch and regulate it and send it out. It's a very special, modified movement by Breitling, decorated by Breitling, so it's a real high-end movement. This particular one has been running, I just measured it this last week. I think it's kind of premature in a couple weeks to measure your watch and expect to know what it's running, but after 6 months and measuring this over the last 5 days, it's running 2.2 seconds fast a day. So well within COSC standards for a certified chronometer, and I'm super happy with that. I have absolutely no problem with that at all. So, you know, the watch is in really good shape. Now, if you guys know and you watch my channel, I have a lot of watches, so this is not a daily wear, although I do tell you it gets worn quite a bit. It does have a few little scratches on it, especially from doing some strap changes. There's some little nicks there in the that area, but the watch is in beautiful shape. I kind of baby it and take care of it. I don't use it when I'm doing any kind of hard work or hard labor like that, just because I don't want to bang it up too bad. So Very, very nice watch, guys. I'm super, satisfied with it. I don't, people made comments a few times about some of the parts on the watch, like especially the bezel insert. If you're not familiar, these are like a rubberized bezel insert, and the metal here is raised and polished, so you can actually feel the polished metal, but it's kind of soft in between. I thought that would bother me, or at first I was concerned that it was going to get marred up or something, but I'm not having that issue. I mean, it's really staying beautiful. It's got its nice kind of dull luster to it. Now, over the years, maybe it'll change and develop a different look, but I don't have a problem with that. So the bezel works great. These captive, or yeah, I guess you'd call it a captive bezel on these Breitlings, the way they're attached with the screws. I mean, they really work well. Super tight, no back play or anything. I mean, they're just a joy to use. I think, of course, if you're going to have your watchmaker take it apart and work on it, they're kind of a pain because you have to undo the screws to take it apart. But great watch, guys. If you have this on your list, I can tell you that after 6 months, I'm absolutely thrilled with the watch. Completely satisfied. No regrets over having purchased this watch. So I did get this watch gray market from Joma's shop, and it's been great. I've had no issues with purchasing anything from them over the years. Always done really well. So let me pause it for a second. We'll go out with a little wrist shot. And you guys like lume shots, so let's go ahead and do another lume shot for Friday Night Lume with the Breitling Super Ocean. Give me just a second here, guys. Okay, so for those of you not aware, I do have a 7-inch wrist. And now, my camera's a little close tonight. I actually forgot a piece of my tripod, so we're a little close here. So sorry about that, but you'll definitely get the lume. Now, this 42mm wears just so good on my wrist. 42, I know with a 7-inch wrist, a lot of people think 42 is too big, but definitely, I don't know, I love the way it wears. It has great wrist presence without being obnoxious. And look at that. I mean, it's almost, the glow on this watch is magical to me. It really is just spectacular. And it's interesting because at 48 years old, my eyes, I'm getting old guy eyes, so I got things close to my face, small things, I have trouble reading them. I've never had that problem with this watch. I think because just the dial layout, the big bold 1 through 12 on the dial like that, I mean, it's just spectacular. And at night, it just glows like that all night long. Very nice. So definitely worth the money. You guys, I think on the Bracelet on Amazon right now, they've got these for around $27.50, which is really a good deal considering if you go to a dealer and you're going to pick one up, you're going to pay probably well over $3,500 for it on a bracelet. Of course, you're getting a hat, and they're going to treat you nice and stuff like that, give you a cup of coffee, but I think you're going to save quite a bit of money. Check the links down below, guys. All right, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.